first of all, congratulations
Thank you.
on this film. It felt like a late 90s movie to me, something that I feel is missing from today's cinema.
Yeah.
What was it about this movie that spoke to you guys to want to do it?
I think you're right. I think there's something sort of essentially cinematic about it, which is old-fashioned in all the right ways and in the best possible sense. It's a proper popcorn movie. It's a movie that you want to see in a collective environment. You want to go on that roller coaster with people all around you, and I think that's you get that from when you read the script for the first time. The sense of what that rabbit hole that you're going to take the audience down.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
I think relentless tension was something that was very prevalent in 90s cinema as well. You know, this kind of just unrelenting, exhaustive tension that just won't won't give you a break. You know what I mean? And you know, it really is. It's honestly, I watched it with some objectivity like a couple of weekends ago with an audience for the first time, and it's just extraordinary amounts of tension. It's fab.
Yeah.
It's like when that T-Rex is coming up on the back of that car. You know what I mean? Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's interesting. The first like 20 minutes of the movie, you're kind of like, okay, where is this going? Where is this going? And then once you get into the home, we won't spoil anything, and then you're sitting there on the computer, and then you see something. That's when it just like you're like, holy, where, like,
shifts
wow.
up here.
Yeah.
How did you guys create such that dynamic chemistry between the two of you? I mean, you really had like it out for one another throughout this movie, and that I think really sold it.
Well, that's very kind of you to say. I mean, you just sort of, obviously that comes from the script, the characters that Brandon, our writer, created, and then you just try to serve that. You try to make sense of who those two men are and why they're so why their lives become so intertwined, and what it is about each other that kind of they find they're sort of frustrated and intrigued in equal measure by each other, and I suppose you just sort of serve the story, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Because as well, I think my character his head is so spun by all the stuff that just keeps sort of landing on him. You know, Cale is just destroying his life, and so in a way, it was like the challenge for me was to try to figure out when to stop and to sort of take it in. You know, because it's happening so fast, and it's so intense that. There was not much time to worry really about the dynamic that was going on between us, because there's just until later when we actually have stuff together, you know.
Yeah. You both have done your fair share of television work as well as movies. What do you think is the difference between the two mediums for you personally?
I mean, the bones of the job are sort of the same. You know, you break down a scene, you do a master shot, you do coverage. That's not any different. I guess TV, maybe you're telling a story over a number of episodes. It's a longer form. It's you have you can build a character slowly over weeks, months, years. Although at the same time, you don't necessarily know what the end point is. Whereas with a movie, you're telling that one story.
Yeah, and I think with script-wise, there's still fundamentally different art forms, because, you know, TV has to, I think, give you a cliffhanger at the end of every episode. You know, there's an effort, an investment into hooking you. You know, whereas, you know, maybe film doesn't have that obligation, because you sit there, you watch 3 acts or whatever it is. You know, so I suppose there'll always be different art forms. But from our perspective, I mean, you just kind of. You've got to figure out who the character is and go with it stage by stage.
Whatever the show and whatever medium it's in, it's just about trying to make those moments plausible, isn't it? And trying to find, however extraordinary that situation is, trying to find the truth of it, really.
Yeah. I have to ask you the last question. My wife would kill me if I didn't ask this. You are her favorite Doctor. She loves it.
Great taste.
Obviously.
So, how do you feel about the direction that Doctor Who's going in now?
Do you mean Jodie Whittaker becoming the Doctor? Well, I've known Jodie for years.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Oh no,
yeah.
Broadchurch.
Oh, yeah,
I've admired her
she's so
as an
lovely.
actress and as a human being.
Yeah, she's the sweetest, lovely.
The idea that the world is going to get to see more of her and doing all the extraordinary things I imagine she's going to do, I think can only be advantage for humanity.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.